Welcome to the Awesome. I'm Big Roy, and this is the Strike Force Masters Launch Podcast. Here's my co-host, Chewburger84.
Thank you very much, Big Roy. What is shaking in your world this week, my man?
Not much. Nothing big is happening here in the world. No, it's been okay for now. People going crazy and buying out all the grocery stores of everything, especially toilet paper, for some strange reason. But
I must admit that I was made very happy today with that guy that thought he was a genius, an a-hole. I will definitely say he bought like 17,700 hand sanitizers online, and then everywhere he tried to sell it, put in blocks to stop him, and then he had to donate it back. So yeah, that kind of made me happy that someone trying to profiteer off this got nailed. But everything here is pretty much closed now. We've got shopping malls. I think that's about the only thing that you're allowed to go to that's not work right now. So gyms are closed, bars are closed, hotels are closed. Oh, not full hotels, but like certain hotel like lounges and stuff. Yeah. Public gatherings, it's insane. Like a lot of the stuff that normally doesn't wind up until end of April when the summer hits, it's all finished, man. So it's pretty crazy. But I must say the government here in the UAE is doing a wonderful job in the sense that they're way ahead of what Australia's been doing. And I dare say a little bit ahead of what the US has been doing so far. But I'm kind of in the middle as I am on most things. It's like it's not the end of the world and panic and lose your mind, but also you need to take extra precautions and make sure you're stocked up on stuff and so you can survive. But you should always do that for any kind of thing that might hit. So do a little extra, but don't lose your mind and like do crazy stuff. And then the golden rule of just like don't lick people you don't know. Do you know what I mean? Like it's going to reduce a lot of problems if people stop.
Don't lick people you do know, for that matter.
I think I'm going to make that the first A&R branded T-shirt. Don't lick people you don't know. And then just put the Chewy accreditation to 2020.
There you go.
Ladies and gents, in this episode of Strike Force Masters Launch, we're going to be talking about Red Skull joining the game and our thoughts on, now that we've seen that full team completed, how much of an impact are they going to make? The Ebony Maw, let's call it controversy. It definitely feels interesting. We're going to talk about that, needing Black Bolt for a legendary unlock. And then, of course, we're talking about the new villains campaigns and much, much more. So, Roy, as people know, we do have an awesome community that support us in this podcast every single week, and we read out their questions live on air at the end of the episode. So if you are someone that would like to do that, make sure you head on over to the Strike Force Masters of Launch Discord channel. If you have any issues finding it, message me directly at Chewburger84. Now, we also do have some very, very rockstar people who go a little bit further and help us make this show a little bit better every week. Our current project is getting Chewburger off of third world internet so that Roy can stop getting angry when he goes, "I didn't hear you!"
Say it again.
Exactly. So if you would like to, folks, help support the show, head on over to www.patreon.com/SFMOL, as in Strike Force Masters of Launch. And this week, Roy, we've had two people do exactly that. So to our new master level, ironically, he's already calling himself master with his nickname, so Master Tuggernuts. And also at supporter level, we have Fairbear rejoining the family. So welcome back, buddy.
Very awesome.
All right, so our weekly shout-outs to the big boys. So to our journeyman first, so to Andrew, X23, Beer God, Mookie, The Dawkins, Justin, Mikey H, Neil Wiley, Paul Puck, Irish Avengers, Scooter, Yule, Chilbo Swaggins, Cravino, Ticken Arthur, Dun and Dun, Pathfinder, Realice, Lemon Russ, Big Spartan, 34. Mate, thank you so much for your support and to all of you as well. And then for our master tiers, the big boys, the legends, the superstars, Sandella, Maseo, Bart, Liquid Cool, Dragus, Assassin, Judas, Lord Keen, Moon, Folpsy, Kane, Sparks, Jakey246, J Shriver 138, and Benikush is the last one of those. So thank you to all of you guys. You definitely make it easy for us to show up every single week. Now, Roy, it wouldn't be a Strike Force podcast if we didn't have options for the free-to-play community to help us out as well.
That is correct. You can help support us absolutely free by leaving us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. We've got 2 new ones this week. First one from Squall Fear. Very informative and thought-provoking. My 7 Red Star Juggernaut gives us 5 stars as well. A podcast that I look forward to every week. Just 2 best friends talking about a game they both enjoy. Very awesome. And the second one from the Wink84, my bad, lol. I can't believe I never rated you. I thought I had done it a while ago. My bad. Love listening every week, and I'm still very appreciative that you answer our questions. Even if I quit the game, I would probably still listen. Love the banter. Chew, I hope you get a 7 red of a good character. And Roy, I want to see you spend $1 because you became free to play before I started listening. I actually became free to play before everyone started listening. But I actually recently started your podcast from episode 1 just to see what I missed, and I'm enjoying them all. Keep up, guys. So another legend going all the way back to the first one. That's well, you got time now. I mean, everything's shutting down, so hundreds of hours of content. So there you go.
Exactly. And also, we're making it easier for some of you listeners who have found the pod being a little bit challenging and don't have an Apple platform. So we have started up the ANR podcast channel. So on YouTube, just head to ANR podcast. And if you'd like to listen to it alt-tabbed while you're on, whatever webpage that you're watching at the same time, we're not going to judge what you're watching while Roy and I are talking. It's fun. So make sure you hit subscribe and do your likes and comments on that channel. Because, guys, it won't be monetized for quite a long time. But if you guys do like it, do watch it, do subscribe, that does help us get there a little bit faster. And that just helps inject a little bit of cash back in the show as well, without costing you a cent, ladies and gentlemen.
There you go.
All right, Roy, getting into the longest intro, but the shortest segment. First part of the show is, of course, Red Star Watch. So, ladies and gents, this does talk about the Red Star system in this game, which does involve red orbs, which is a gambling mechanic in this game. If you are someone who is prone to gambling addiction, or you are under the age of 18, make sure you turn it off for about the next 2 to 3 minutes, and then pop on back. If you are someone who does have problems with gambling, reach out to your local government's website for assistance with that particular issue. Otherwise, Roy, did you open any reds this week?
I did, because there is no bonus one, so I was trying to get some upgrades for my DD3 team or people I might be bringing in there. Mm-hmm. I don't know if you guys heard of this dumb RNG seed theory that never works. People, keep talking about, God, I mean, I tried using that, and out of 10 regular ones, I got a 5 red star shield trooper. I opened up Elite 4, got a 5 red star mercenary riot guard. And I opened Elite 5, got a 6 red star shield medic, and then I opened the other one, got Elite 5, got a 5 red star Ronin. So
did you say you got a 6 medic?
Yes, I did.
The hell? That with your Fury is ridiculous.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, that team is really good and about to get stupidly better as well. We might as well rename this the Foxnex definitely listens to this and gives Roy everything he wants podcast with the way that the last month has panned out. This is actually getting nonsense.
That's right.
Yeah,
it's lots of good news for me this week in my 7 red stars.
Look, this is the most good news, with except for one very big, not good news for the community. But it's probably, I think, one of the best news weeks we've had in a long time for Marvel Strike Force. I think there's going to be more positive things out of my mouth than negative this week. Challenge accepted. All right.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I think it is. I think there's a lot of good things in here as well. All right. So I didn't open anything yet because we just had the Foxnex Sneaky, where they released the new character, but they don't do the red stars in the bonus orb until the next day.
Yes.
Yeah, so I'm still sitting on a few at the moment. I'm going to try this ridiculous seed theory again, and then no doubt it's not going to work for me anyway because it's only coded for certain people, i.e. it doesn't exist. But yeah, so I'm sitting on, after I get the payout from tomorrow, probably something in the ballpark of about 20 red orbs, Roy.
Okay.
But I will have, to test these seeds of yours, 39 gold orbs.
Jeez.
If I can't trigger a good seed out of that, I'm just going to make a video saying seed theory is not real. Hashtag confirmed.
Do you have raid milestones you can claim?
Probably.
Yeah, so you can do those. You can try spending gold to bring up stuff also as another way to try to change seed.
Yeah, that's the way I normally do it from the Remen X version, because that was the only one that literally gave me success that one day and never again.
Yes. Well, this last time I went back to the raid milestones and then I pulled the 6 red star shield medic. So
gotcha.
Both ways have worked for me.
Gotcha. Well, we'll have a look. We'll have a look how it goes anyways. So yeah, I'm still sitting on a few at this stage. So I'll probably do a 20 pull and get disappointed. See, the thing that sucks for me is that everything that you just said, if I pulled the same thing, I would have had one character upgrade. The rest was still dupes.
Yeah.
That's the upsetting thing about what you just said. Even on your best run, dupe city.
Oh, I also got a 4 red star storm in my regulars too. So
that's
so
pretty
another
good.
Upgrade. So very, very
yeah,
good.
Man. Storm's the bomb. I mean, so good in Ultima 7 for those couple of nodes where you're just like, yep, we need a bit of smash here.
Yep. Smash.
All right. Should we get into the news of the week, mate?
Oh, yes, sir.
Let's do it. All right. So first of all, there was the interview that Casino did with one of the game devs, which, look, I mean, it's good that he's able to get those kind of interviews. I mean, obviously, we need one person in the community to suck up enough to get that kind of thing, because the community obviously benefits from it. So there were some good things that were in there, man. I was really happy to hear the question actually asked, and they committed to answer for once of, so those Wakandans, you gonna make them pretty good there, buddy? You gonna make them the Apex team? Huh? And yeah, the guy was like, well, yeah, we were gonna make them the Apex team, and then we didn't. It's like, wait, what? Yeah, he said they were designing a specific raid that the Wakandans would have been the best for. So I'm guessing there was maybe some kind of, they got a boost of 30% attack and defense, or some kind of crazy boost that would only benefit the Wakandans, and then they just cancelled the raid out of nowhere. So it just seems that they just didn't think they should do it. So apparently the way they see it now is they're making it up to those people with the Red Star event that's going to be getting added in. That you're going to be able to earn this currency with your Red Stars, with your Wakandans team. Yeah. But it's good for those of us that did buy into that at the time, but it's another team that now everyone has to level Wakandans, not just those of us that, failed hard early.
Right. Well, I mean, most people that are in game at least have leveled Shuri, so they have a good head start.
That's true, and depends on the difficulty of that event as well. I mean, it certainly sounds like it's going to be challenging, but we'll have to wait and see. But so that was good to hear them talking about it. Now, Roy, I don't think anyone briefed this young man that you're not supposed to compliment certain people that aren't envoys anymore, because they asked the question, and this is just self-grandizing. Let me just say this up front, guys. He was asked the question of, was there a team that the community came up with that surprised you, or that like you were really couldn't believe that it worked so well that you didn't anticipate? And the guy said, yeah, there was this like the TechWing team. Like, not only did it have a cool name, but like it really is something that pushed a lot further in Ultima 7 than we thought it would. And I was like, yes, not only is something that I came up with actually getting credit somewhere. Yeah, I think it's the first time that's ever happened. So I'm not going to lie, I was actually quite proud in that moment that, yes. So,
at least your team got credit. Yeah. They didn't give you the credit for it, but you're creative.
Well, I mean, I think most of the people that have done Ultima 7 guides recently have copied one of my 3 teams that I've used and advertised with our infographics. So credit very often doesn't come here. In fact, there were people that were selling their alliances. Oh, you guys should come to our alliance because look at this graphic we made. I'm like, dude, Piker made that. Come on.
There's so much like content like stealing and trying to pass it off as their own, and it's just
there's no point chasing after it because you just look like a petty d-bag. So
I'm just gonna say I don't really mess with most of the other content creators. See what I'm doing now?
It's all part of the fun. But no, I was pretty happy with that. Like getting that sort of a little bit of a nod of the cap from one of the guys that developed the game. That made me really happy, man. When you theory craft and you outsmart a dev, that's a good day. I like it.
Yes, it's nice to get validation that you were right and the best at something. That happened for me. I won't name names, but some other people got into DD3 and find out it really was just like I said it was, and so all their theory crafting did not work out for them.
I love the fact that about 18 seconds ago, before we started this recording, you go, "Yeah, I'm not going to bring that up today."
I said I will try my best to not talk.
Oh God!
But I won't name names, and I'll leave it at that. But yeah.
All right. So one interesting thing that he was asked was, do you see the Red Skull team being the apex war defense? Is it going to be the most challenging war defense to take down? And he said he sees it probably on par, but not better than the Asgardians.
Oh, wow.
Now,
he probably got in trouble for that. Like, we're trying to sell this Red Skull, you idiot. What are you doing?
Yeah, he actually glanced off camera at that point. I know that they were joking that, like, Cerebro was sitting nearby. I think he actually yeah. So that's interesting because, I mean, this team does have a very, very logical counter. And, like, once everyone has Black Bolt, this team is going to fall apart like paper. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, unless you have big red stars. The good news is that it's, reasonably well free-to-play farmable if you've been here for a while, with the exception of Red Skull, of course. Right. So I don't know. Part of me wants to get him. Part of me is like, do I want to spend all of my gold and resources on, this minions team that's good 3 times a week? I still don't know if I'm going to do it. I still don't, man.
That you don't even get to play with because it's just on defense.
Yeah. That's the same as Coulson.
Yeah, it was the argument with Coulson, but you're just bringing up one character with that. But this is a whole team you have to bring up that you don't get to play with. That's the real kick in the pants.
Yeah, and look, I can definitely see a case being made that, like, if you have that on there, it kind of splits where they can use their Inhumans now. Do you know what I mean? Because at the moment, I'm saving mine usually for Asgardians, and that usually works pretty well against them.
Yep.
Whereas, with Red Skull Man, I think you kind of have to use that there. And then that means there's just one less logical counter that you can use against Asgardians. So I think it makes Asgardians more valuable because it kind of forces them to be more economic with their, punch-up teams. So you have to be careful where you use your X-Men. You have to be careful where you use your Inhumans, your Fantastic Four, your Power Armor, etc. So I think for that, it definitely knocks someone out of the defensive lineup and puts them on offense. And there's a few teams that I really want to test. So I'm kind of hoping we get... Well, I am and I'm not. I'm kind of hoping we get a Whale Alliance next so that we can try some of this stuff. But some of the Whale Alliances we've got recently have been stupid.
Mm-hmm. It's like our matchmaking is still crap.
Yeah, like we're 2 rooms in, we see a 550k team. We're like, all right, have a day off, boys. We're calling this right now because it is not worth it. It's just, I can't wait for that smoothing out of the Red Stars, man. That's going to be a good day.
It's really too bad we have integrity and don't shell. It would make things a whole lot easier.
Well, I mean, we did once, man. So ultimately, yes, we left it. We didn't claim the rewards for that season. We asked Fox Next to remove us from the leaderboard. We did all the right things. But at the end of the day, for 2 wars, we were a part of a system that screwed 2 people over. You can say it was for noble purposes, but, we still shelled for 2 wars, man. So we gotta say that we did, ultimately.
Yes. Well, on the other hand, think of all the free wins people got hitting that dead shell after that. So.
Oh my God. Does Darth even still have that? Is that still feeding wins to people now? I imagine it would be. I know I made him get rid of any references to A&R and said it's never coming back as long as I'm playing this game. So, yeah. All right. So, I'm really curious, man. I have there's 2 counters right now that I think are going to work pretty well on Asgardians that are very, very farmable, very, very common teams. And if I'm right, I think it's going to blow some minds.
Is it Spider-Verse?
It is never Spider-Verse.
OG Spider-Verse.
It is never Spider-Verse. Do you know what, though? In saying that, Spider-Verse could actually be a decent counter with the new ones because you do have the ability to get a big team feed. Because they're all going to die, but then you're still going to have the Terminator advantage to kill them again.
Right.
So there could be something there to Spider-Verse as well. It's not one that I've really blown through because they're performing quite well against Asgardians at the moment.
Yes.
Yeah, so I think Spider-Verse are probably left to deal with those jerks at the moment.
Yep.
Yes, sure. Now, oh my God, what a week it is for you. Good God. So last week we talked about rumors. Rumors have now become fact, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm actually really excited about this announcement for the most part, that the Black Order and new Infinity Gauntlet Thanos are pretty much coming to this game, folks. It's happening.
Yeah.
All right, we are getting the Black Order. So basically the news from the blog post said the Infinity Gauntlet form of Thanos is coming. It's time to prepare for him and his team. So the power of the Black Order will be overwhelming and they're set to dominate Arena. I was saying to Roy off air, it feels like last week we must have drank some sort of psychic Diet Coke because we spoke about 3 things we think they should do to the game in the near future or are probably due. We were 3 for 3 and didn't even really have them on our radar. The first one was, I remember saying this last week, it's been a long time since they've made us buy a whole Arena team. Do you remember those words?
Yep.
Here we are. So
they are listening to us.
Maybe. If they give us credit in Strike Time, they did, or whatever it was this week, I'll take it. So the power of the Black Order will be overwhelming, and they are set to dominate Arena. You do not want to miss out on recruiting them. Here's the rundown. All 4 members of the Black Order each grant Infinity Stones during battle for Thanos' Gauntlet. When he has all the Infinity Stones, so you need all 4 Black Order members, he becomes empowered, which unlocks a new set of powerful abilities. The 4 members of the Black Order are Proxima Midnight, Corvus Glaive, Cull Obsidian, and this is the part that we got wrong from our leak last week, is Ebony Maw.
Yep.
Now, he actually will be the legendary. Now, while all of this is great, exciting, wonderful, I'm amped about it, this will definitely get me to spend. Here's the kick in the nuts for the free-to-play community, and I'm curious to hear your thoughts on this, Roy. You're going to need Black Bolt to unlock him.
Mm-hmm.
You are going to need Black Bolt.
That's now, Black Bolt next.
Black Bolt is coming back in mid-February, so you have a month.
Mid-April, you mean?
What did I say?
You said February.
Oh, did I? God, I don't even know where I am right now. I'm running on no sleep. I've got literally 1,000 emails I need to get back to after this, and I got like 4 countries I got to call, even though it's after hours. Yeah, life is real right now, kids. And then somewhere in there, I'm gonna go kiss my baby goodnight. So, yes. Yeah, man. You have a month to get Black Bolt ready if you don't have him at the moment. And as far as I'm concerned, Sif doesn't exist because she has shown up in my store, I'm not kidding, once this week.
Yeah, I was on once. I finally got her these past 2 times. So I've had her 3 times now, but she's at 12 out of 80. So I'm not thinking it's going to happen this time.
So this is what I was curious about you, because, I mean, you are effectively, with 2 of the news stories we have today, you're arguably walking into massive upgrades for your account if you can get this team. Like owning a 7 red star Thanos, if he is about to become the most OP character in this game, that's got to be tempting.
His name is Thicknose, and he approves.
He has your voice weirdly.
Yes, yes. We're like 2 peas in a pod.
Yeah. So, I mean, what's your thoughts here? Like, you know, are you changing your strategy? Are you going to start trying to buy Sif out of that store and drop back your DD3 farm? Or are you going to keep powering on? Because for me, man, the throughput of having that team with a 7 red star Thanos, you're the one that always says arena, arena, arena. That's how you fund your free-to-play lifestyle. Surely you got to pivot now.
Right. Well, there's a couple of things here. The first thing when it first came out, I was like, well, I'm sticking with what I got. I still can't get Sif. But as I've been farming and going through it each day, it's like I realize I'm not super far away from getting the rest of the stuff I need for DD3 because it's still going pretty slow. I'm on node 7 now, but I'm going to be on it for a while because it's going to be the 3rd of the global nodes, and it's tons of enemies and health and everything. So it's going to be why I already have my 3 cosmic. I just need like the 1 mini unique for Minerva, and then with 4 I can probably get it done eventually. Or if it takes me too long, I'll bring in Thor or whatever. And then I just need to finish off Symbiote Spider-Man, and then just do like Punisher and maybe like Carnage or something, or Daredevil, and I can get through City then. So I'm farming Sif when I have the currency and when she shows up. So we're going to see. I have had no luck whatsoever getting her from any of the orbs whatsoever. Not from Mega, not from Premium, not even from Basic. So that's been sucking. But it'll be very interesting to see their kits of the Black Order. It'll also be very interesting to see how they make these other Inhumans farmable. Because if they put them like in War Store or something stupid, so I won't be able to get those up. It won't even matter if I can get Black Bolt or not for this run, at least anyways. And then the last thing is it will be how Ebony Maw gives the stuff to them. Now there's an outside chance I might be able to run with Thanos and the other 3 Black Order and then Sinister, and then clone an enemy Ebony Maw, and then I might be able to get the empowered Thanos from that. So I mean, I'm holding out hope I'll be able to do that, but if not, I'm gonna try, but I don't have high hopes that I'll get it the first time around.
Yeah, I'm gonna be curious to see how it works. I mean, the good news is, like, let's say they did something jerky, like put 2 of those in like stores that aren't as common for a lot of people. Like, let's say they did, I don't know, Blitz store. War Store. I mean, the good news is, it's kind of crappy for a lot of people about Black Bolt because they've only got a month for this time round. In the long term, sure, it's great. But you've got Quake and Miss Marvel. So there's 2 farms that most of us have had done forever, which brings it down to where's your Yo-Yo, Crystal, and Karnak, and how do they make those farmable? The fact that there's 3 of them, I think it's going to be easy enough to farm 2.
Yeah, I'm hoping.
Yeah.
because my crystal still ended up decent, even though I didn't even spend any cores to refresh her node. She's only 7 away from 4 stars, so she's close. It's just Yo-Yo and Karnak are only 2 stars, so I have to hope they put one of them in one of the stores that's easier to get. I mean, even for me, Blitz is because I have like 30k credits now.
Oh, wow.
And I'm saving my arena credits again now after I was opening the Kingpin orbs, but now I'm saving them once that came out.
You're not going after Heimdall, just in case?
He's already at 6 stars. I got him like 3 times in premium orbs. So it's like I had great luck on him. So I don't even have to touch him.
Yeah, I should probably unlock all, because I'm sitting on what? 38 premium orbs. What else have we got in here? Legacies are open, and I've got a bunch of orbs. I got 5 mega orbs somehow.
Yeah, I would open all of them, man.
34 Ultimus. Well, I was kind of hoping of waiting until Inhumans, because I don't think I'm going to get to 7 red stars. Sorry, 7 red stars. I'm never going to get to 7 red stars. I don't think I'm going to get to 7 yellow stars for my Asgardians, because it's just too short a time frame, and Sif is the reason why, right? Well, and Hela potentially as well. I need about, what are we, 174 shards for her. In a month, maybe, if I was coring on it, but even then, man, that's pushing it. Sif, she's at 73 of 300 and barely showing up. Heimdall, yeah, I could probably make that happen, purchasing him 3 times a day in a month. So, yeah, the reality is I just don't think I can get there because of Sif. And I'd have to get her to, what do they normally give? Offers for about 100 shards, right? So I'd have to get her to 200 of 300, which means 130 shards from that store. So I think RNG's against me. So I'm 6 star ready there because I've already got my Black Bolt. I just don't know that I can get my Inhumans to that level either, because I'm 5 star ready now.
So are you saving all those orbs for another possible orb opening thing, you said?
No, just hoping like that they would basically wait until the Inhuman characters go into the orbs, like Karnak and all those guys, and then basically open everything. Because I'm sitting on everything at the moment otherwise.
I gotcha.
Including like raid orbs and things like that, because someone's probably due to go in there. I still haven't finished Namor yet, but he can wait.
Right.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm amped about this team. Like, I've wanted Black Order for a long time. We were hoping we were going to get them way back when Thanos first launched, as you remember. Yeah, that was an exciting time. So, really good in that sense, but I'm disappointed for you, man, because the way they've done it, like, obviously this could have been the chance for you to have probably the most OP team in the game, and it feels bad that it pushes you out because of the free-to-play thing.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yep, not unexpected for a game of this type, of course. It is the way it works in many cases, but I'm curious to see this kit and see if it lives up to this claim, because if they're saying it's going to dominate Arena, we've heard the word dominate and Premiere and Apex before. They said the top Arena team was going to be X-Fan, and he only used a few of them, and most teams are only using like Phoenix, so like you can't really take their word as gospel. I mean, we'll have to see. But I mean, I've been punching up in Arena since pretty much day one. That's why DD3 hasn't been like so like crushing for me or like making me mad. It's like, man, I'm used to like punching way up against overwhelming odds. So it's like I just do what I can, do the best I can. Whereas other people are losing their minds, like, oh, this is so overtuned. Oh, this is so dumb. You're just like, it's like that's what I've been doing the whole time. So it's no big thing for me. Well, I'm going to say that I can kind of feel where they're coming from on this one, because it is the double stack. Do you know what I mean? That's basically, if you didn't whale out last time on Black Bolt, there's a very good chance that you're going to miss out on not just having him as an amazing character, but now pushing even further that you're now missing a second meta. Because Black Bolt has definitely been a meta performer. This is the first time you've needed a legendary to get a legendary to get the most overpowered team.
Oh, yeah. Sure. Don't get me wrong. Requiring a legend, the newest legendary to get the next legendary is total BS and total Scopely making that happen. So, yeah, that's total BS. I'm just talking more about it's like if I don't get it, I'll find a way.
But let's just hope it is what they say it is. Like, I'm curious to see if this game, if this team is so good. Is it going to have multiple node usage? The fact that they're saying arena only, I'm guessing it's going to be very, very large cooldowns, but things just explode.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then again, like when you're saying things are arena dominant, that's a bold claim when you can't choose red stars yet. Do you know what I mean? Like if they dominate at like 4 to 5 yellow stars, no reds, that's a dominant team, right?
Yes. Well, you can choose red stars. You just got to finish DD3.
You get to choose.
That's all.
Is it 1, 2? Come on.
Well, see, I mean, it will really make it. It's like I really probably won't use 7 red stars on anything. I'll just get multiple 6s. Black Order is all good, so just make a whole team of 7 red star Thanos, and then all 6 red stars on the rest of the Black Order. It'll just be disgusting.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Well, I still have my tokens from the other half of that calendar from a while back. Like I've got obviously Black Bolt. I took up to 6. I got another 6, somewhere in there. So I think Thanos is probably in my future of taking from 4, then to 5, then to 6. I think that's, if we're gearing up to this, that's probably going to happen. Yeah,
so everyone changed their 2 because I saw so many people like, oh man, I hate to get Thanos out of the Valiant Orb. Oh, how times change.
I wonder if that's why they changed it. But yeah, no, man, I'm excited about this. This is probably the most excited I've been about a team for a long time. Like, I know a lot of people were excited for Red Skull. So was I until it was War Defense specific, the character that you're never going to play now. So other than that, man, I'm amped. I want to know about this team because I've been playing Contest of Champions. And, like, getting to play as most of the Black Order is just wicked fun. So, yeah bring it on, I say.
Yeah.
Absolutely. All right, moving on. We then have now this again last week, a throwaway comment from us. We said, man, when are they ever going to do this summoner rework? Because like we've had characters like Kingpin and Yondu that are just ridiculous, man. Yeah, it's happening. So in that same video that Casino had the developer on, he said, look, is there anything exciting that you want to tease at the moment? And he said, yeah, we're going to basically have it so that Stark Tech and red stars are now going to apply to minions in the very near future, somewhere in the next 2 months. That's big. That's real big. That's
Big Daddy big. Fury approves.
My God. That heal alone from that operative is going to be dumb.
Mm-hmm. And the securities will, with their double hits.
Well, if they live just through like one turn, they've done their job, as far as I'm concerned, for that guy. So, yeah, I think he's going to be good. I think Nobu doesn't change. He's
Nobu's
still garbage. Look, I think Kingpin still sucks unless they put some sort of crazy scaling. Like, I think what those guys really need is like a health pool and maybe like 2 to 3 stacks of death proof on those minions. Because then if you can offense up, defense up a team, and then it's going to take them 2 to 3 turns to actually get to your, big boom characters, that would actually be very big and very useful to have damage soakers. I mean, hell, I'd take that into a raid.
Yeah.
If I knew I had minions that I could just basically abuse and send in like that. I just put an energy feed next to a Kingpin and just watch the world fall down. So I don't think he changes much at this stage. Yondu has a chance of becoming sick, though.
They're going to make Yondu great again.
I don't think it takes him to that point yet. Mainly because if you summon Stitches, you're going to be like, oh, no.
Hey, he summons the most meta character in the game. Ravager Stitcher.
That's true. That's it. Is that like typing Google into Google and breaking the internet? Right.
And if you get multiple Stitchers, oh my God, you win the game.
Multiple Stitches. Yeah, man. I'm excited about that too. I mean, because anything, we've talked about this before, anything that basically upgrades characters that we already have in the game for absolutely nothing is always awesome. And they've done that with our Hydra minions this week. They're going to do that with our summoners very soon. Man, if they start applying red stars to Ultron... I mean, Ultron's minions are about to get better anyway, because they're going to have Stark Tech now, right? Because they don't have it now, is my understanding.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Now, I'm pretty sure Greg already benefits from red stars and Stark Tech, right? For a Hellless Summon?
Does he?
That's what I'm not sure of, because he feels so tanky for me now at 6 red stars. I couldn't imagine what would happen if that's not applying yet. They're going to be stupid. They're almost not going to die enough.
Yeah.
Like you kind of need them to die to do their job. So it could be a liability. So I'm amped for this, man. I cannot wait to see what they do with some of these characters. So yeah, I think Fury's one of the big winners. I think Ronan is your standout for me. I think Rona is probably the one that's going to get one of the biggest upgrades by being able to have his minions be pretty sick. Because if you summon Twin Nobles, I cannot tell you what kind of a DPS increase that is, as well as being a huge pain in the ass for the enemy team. Yeah. Because you could effectively have 4 cleansers on one team. Yep. 3 of which are just doing it on a passive, Roy. On a passive. They just have their turn and they just wash away the debuffs. That adds some potential hard counters, which I love.
Well, good thing I pulled 5 red stars on him then.
Oh, of course you did.
But once this goes through, Fury's just going to become even better for DD3. Because if his securities can last, then you can get your stun locks going.
They are not going to last. I mean, the actual security would get one shot right now. Like, it's not going to happen.
Oh, yeah, it depends on the thing. But, I mean, if they can survive one hit and then they can get it going. I mean, I've gotten the stun lock going like a few times, even with how fragile they are. So, I mean, if they can take 2 hits, then yeah. But, yeah, no 3, nothing's going to survive.
No, exactly. So I have to wait and see how that all plays out. So, yeah, that's exciting. That's really exciting.
Oh, yeah.
Then we have the 4-leaf blitz and the massive mutant blitzes happening. So celebrate by driving the snakes out of Island with the 4-leaf blitz. For this 3-day blitz, earn clover orb fragments via battle drops, milestone rewards, and rank rewards. There won't be a top 2,000 for this blitz, Roy, as it will only pay out according to a percentage rank. Does this mean what I think it might mean? Are they going to test right now for getting rid of the top 2,000 and shifting to a percentage-based model?
I doubt it.
That's how it reads. I mean, if they're doing this finally and they've listened to the community about, look, 2,000 with the amount of people that play this game is F all, you know, that's one way to get a lot more people excited about trying hard in Blitz again, if you go based on percentages. If they shift to percentages, I'll start blitzing again.
Wow.
I will, yeah. I mean, maybe not to the extent I used to,
yeah.
But I mean, I'll certainly try for the equivalent of whatever 2,000 was, because as a percentage shift, it should be easier to get that for someone of my roster.
Yes.
So yeah, that's exciting. Now, if you haven't guessed already, the Clover Orb will contain select characters that either have green skin or green clothes, except for Hulk, and will drop 4 shards of those characters and 40,000 gold. I'm probably more excited about the gold, if I'm being honest. Well, and then, of course, Blob will be bouncing back for a second round.
Well, here's the thing. Hela has green clothes. I'm doubting very seriously they're putting her in there.
They didn't say that she wouldn't be, though. God, could you imagine she's in there? I just got excited about that event.
And then we need someone to hack the game and change Sif's clothes to green, and then up her chance in there.
Yeah, because who you got? You got Hela, signed to Supreme as green skin. Who else we got? Gamora, obviously.
Loki, he has green skin,
Green Goblin, yeah. Namor's like green, yeah. Yeah, Namor could be in there. I'd be down with that. I haven't finished him yet. Groot's got greenish veins, but I don't think they're gonna do him.
They're gonna do that. Drax.
I mean, there's a green cross on Medic's helmet. Does that count?
I don't think they're gonna go with that.
Mantis will definitely be in there.
Yeah, are all the aim dudes green?
Well, the green eye things, do you know what I mean? Like, does that count? And they've got, like, green bottles and stuff. Vulture, Drax, Mordo. Jeez, there's a lot of green, isn't there? It's going to be a pretty diluted thing,
all Hydra.
All Hydra, green. Yeah, exactly. I was just thinking that myself. Yeah. What about Toad? Is he green or... I think he's green, right? He's greeny yellow.
He's more yellow. I guess it's like a yellowish green skin.
He's like
he has green pants.
Let's say green for the sake of the event. Just put him in there.
All right, Karnak has green. They better put him in there.
That'd be ace, actually. I'll be down for that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Watch, they will put him in there.
Yeah, who knows, man.
Like, no,
so that's going to be coming soon. Yeah, we'll see. So that'll be all right. Now, Villains Chapter 7, Roy, we're hoping will be as of reset tonight.
No, sir. We're not skipping over Big Beautiful Blob, sir.
I haven't finished yet. What do you want?
Massive Mutant Blitz. Blob. I blitzed. I blitzed hard.
Oh, yeah?
I hated every minute of it.
What'd you get?
I did 10 million.
Oh, yeah?
And got top 1%.
Yeah.
Ugh. But, oh, God. It sucked, even though I autoed most of it. Yep. I'm going to have to try to go for top 2,000 on the next one, though. It should be lower numbers because the second ones usually are, since only like the top whatever gets it. So I'm hoping it's not horrible bad next time.
So I did 751,000 and 51,000.
Milestones and chill.
Yeah. Yeah. I couldn't. There was no time. Like, yeah, I don't have time. Blitz cannot exist for me right now. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, so then we have, going into the Villains Chapter 7. So we spoke about this last week, but now we have a little bit more clarity. So you're going to get superior basic catalyst going into node 7.3 for the villains. You are going to have Hela going to Villain 6, which is good. But the very peak of the villains campaign, the top of the pile, ladies and gentlemen, where we would expect to see just an awesome character to justify the amount of villains you were going to need to get there. And it's Rescue?
Yes, they picked the most awesome of them all that everyone wanted.
Now, I will say it's good that she has a direct farm location. That's definitely good, because obviously the randomized nature of her being in the Blitz door, that's never been great. Never felt good that, she's kind of still stuck in basically a premium orb type situation, albeit through a free currency, right? Yep. But there's a lot more characters I would love to see in there instead of her.
There is someone that's making the decisions that is just obsessed with Rescue and think she's the best character in the game. They put her in the Valiant Orb as one of the quote-unquote top 24 characters in the game. Yeah. Then they put her on Villain 7-9. Come on now.
So I don't even know when I finished Rescue. It happened at some stage.
You did? Oh, God.
Yeah. I must have been when we did that big opening where I blew all my Blitz currency trying to get those milestones or something.
Didn't you Blitz for her back in the day? I don't even remember.
Yeah, and I probably bought an offer too at that point in time. So yeah. I mean, it's been a while since I've had the wallet out, man. Like well before the boycott. Now that's potentially done. I'm thinking about something. I just don't know whether to pop my cherry on Red Skull or to wait for like Black Order. Like sometimes I just want to make sure that I'm saving myself for the right one. I just don't want like a cheap and easy experience. I just want it to be meaningful.
Oh my god!
Oh my god! Then I can dominate arena. So everyone.
Yeah, I wouldn't bother with Red Skull personally.
Yeah,
just because you got to bring the whole Hydra team up.
So but think of the Room of Doom, Roy. Think of the things we could do with the Room of Doom. I'm actually going to let Fox Next listen to me what I'm saying right now. If I pull a 6 or a 7 Red Skull, I will.
He's to the bargaining stage.
I will spend. Shut up, Roy.
I come to bargain.
Shut up, Roy. They don't like you here. All right. This is the spending people talking. I will buy 160 effing Australian dollars worth of Red Skull offers. So I'm going to open tomorrow morning, even though you're not going to be able to hear this before I've done it, because this is going to be released well after because we're too busy to edit. I will buy. No, look, I'm going to let Red Studs be my guide on this one. If I pull something really good on him, let's say 5 and above, I'd say I'm probably in. Just because... Yeah, I feel that because my time is so savagely just ruinous right now, I do feel bad about the fact that I have not been pulling the weight that I used to in our alliance, especially because of our new raid, war starting time. Because it's 9 hours before I get to my first attack.
Yep.
Then I go to work all day. So by the time I get home in the wars that we are on, it's done by the time I get back from work. And I've got maybe 7 attacks to my name. It's not good. It's not good. I would kick me, right?
It would kick me.
100%. I'm surprised it hasn't come up before now, right? So yeah, we'll see. But yeah, man, I mean, my Hydra squad, we're looking at what? 4 reds on Sniper, 4 reds on Trooper. We got 4 on Scientist, 5 on Guard. If I got, a 5 or a 6 on Red Skull, I think about it.
No, I'm their white whale. That's why they're trying to throw all these red stars and changes and trying to get me to spin. I'm their Moby Dick. We must get him to spend. Give him everything.
I think you're one of these mythical VIPs that they reach out to because of all the money you secretly spend on your iOS account. That's what it is.
My secret iOS account.
Correct. All right. Now, there is a fantastic bonus event coming as well. So this week, our celebration continues for Dark Dimension 3's first Villager, which is Tadano Mac from Japan. For 24 hours, you get to enjoy double the Mr. Fantastic character shards in his Nexus 5.9 campaign node. So, that's definitely something worthwhile going in on. I'm looking at trying to finish him off soon. He's on my daily farm. Who is your daily farm right now? What you doing?
Mr. Orange Gear, Mrs. Orange Gear, and Baby Orange Gear. That was the only orange gear.
Oh, is that right?
Well, no, Colossus, I guess you count it, but I mean, I'm doing it for the orange gear too. And then even the Black Widow node just for the orange gear. But I'm only farming heroes. All the orange gear I need out there. That's all I'm farming at the moment.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I'm still in Pokemon mode at the moment. I want to finish catching them all. So I've got Colossus to finish off. He's just over 200 to go. Mr. Fantastic's got about 380 to go. Hydra Sniper's got about 130 to go. And then Chavez, she's about 1.5 stars away from being done as well. So, and she's still sitting at level 13. So I don't really know why she's on that rotation. Yep. I have no intention of using her for a while.
I'd be going for the orange gear. I mean, not
that's
even
what I do with the rest of it. That's what I do with the rest of it, is get that orange gear. So,
because I mean, especially once villain comes out, I mean, you're gonna have more to farm than you have the energy. So,
if I just do characters, it'll be fine. Yeah, because as I said, my strategy now, after seeing DD3 and understanding it's a one-time rewards, that just by phoenixing for victory, I'm gonna get there. You know what I mean? Like, there's no rush for me for 2-time rewards. I think right now, I'm just going to keep on going back to the old way of doing things. So,
well, see, it's more for looking towards the future and getting your guys to T14, more and more to T14. That's how I look at it as. It's not so much the rewards from finishing DD3. Just I'm farming to get more orange gear.
Yeah, I mean, like I said last week, I mean, you and I are not going to agree on this point. We already know this. And it's because, for me, I know that there is really an F-all difference in actual statistical gains of benefits for these characters going from T13 to T14 for most characters. Some of them do have like high-scale jumps in damage, which is good. But for many of those characters, it's very expensive for a minimal gain. So, plus, we don't know like what's going to be needed around the corner. So, I mean, taking a character to T14 now might mean that we're dumping, resources, and when something comes out that just blows this away. Like, if this Infinity team is insane, not that Cosmic's really going to need any help. They've got so many good characters already. But let's say that they just have an explosive, cheap team to just make that mode cheese. Yeah, who knows, man? Who knows? So, yeah, look, I mean, obviously that's one of the things about this podcast is that when we do decide to do things differently, it does allow us to compare notes. Plus, for me, man, just on time, like literally, 4 days now in the last week and a half, I literally have not had time to get on my computer to do DD3. I literally missed it. So I'm falling way behind anyway. So, I mean, for content, you guys will have videos out way before that. There's no real point in me covering it. So
you don't look forward to Node 3? And all the fun you get to do every day.
Well, I think I'm into the second last wave at the moment. So, yeah, I mean, if I was just doing it on my phone, I'd just be going Phoenix off and then just keep redoing the RNG until she blows both barrels and then call it quits. So, yeah, that's pretty much all it. And then, yeah, once we get to Cosmic, then I'll actually go to, playing. We'll see.
Have you got the wave where the 2 Miss Marvels drop down?
Yeah. That happened. I think it was like the last time I actually did log in, and yeah, it's just death. You can't get anything off. You have to keep playing RNG just to get Phoenix to do a thing. That's it. It's really terrible. Yeah. And I know as well that with how many turns it's going to take for me to do that, I know at least one of them is going to heal.
Yep.
Let's keep going with the news of the week. Now, the anniversary event is coming soon. Now, last year, man, I remember it being real disappointing. I hope that they just celebrate. Like, I hope Scopely comes in and goes, let's make a song and dance, right? We've got our celebration of 2 years. We want to celebrate that fact that we're going strong. We want to show the mobile gaming community this is a game that you want to start right now. Like, wouldn't it be amazing if anyone that downloads the games for 2 years just gets like 2 automatic, like top tier 7-star characters of some kind as a catch-up mechanic that we already have farmed? Has some good sales. When was the last time we had good sales?
All the time, they're 50 to 90% off. What are you talking about?
Oh my god!
Actually, they've already did have a thing come out that they're rerunning the 100 Captain Marvel shards, but they clarified today that it's only the people that didn't get it before will be getting it. So people that got it before don't get it. Yeah.
What is their thing with like penalizing people for playing the game for too long? Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Just come on. Where's yours?
So everyone was excited, and then that came out. Oh yeah, by the way, you're not getting it if you already got it. Like,
I'm still. I mean, 100 would get her like closer for me, like within 50. I might actually get excited about that.
Mine's at 284 out of 300. I'm so close to 7.
That's right. You are Mr. Milestones. You always go pretty hard after those things.
Yes.
Yeah, that would have been good. So let's hoping it's good. They're saying we got a lot of fun events and we got giveaways planned to help us blow out the candle. So look, make a song and dance this year, Fox. Like, it's been a year where we haven't agreed with a lot of what you've done. You've had a major sort of strike movement against you. You're showing us that you care now. You're telling us that you're listening. Now is the time to get outside of our house with your boombox, play that 1980 song, and beg for everyone's love. Right? Now's the time. Now's the time. Show us how you feel. Yes. I really hope they really embrace this, man. Like, there's no better way to go into your 3rd year of running this game than to show we're in it for the long haul. Don't worry about Realm of Champions. Don't worry about Marvel Super War. Don't worry about Marvel Future Revolution. Don't worry about the brand new Marvel Hearthstone clone that's about to come out in Thailand and Philippines this week. We've got this. We've got this stitched up. You don't need to go and play any other games. This is what we're going to do to look after you this year. I think if they were smart, they'd have a massive event. They'd do free stuff, sale stuff, and then they would do a outline of what they plan for this year. What are they going to achieve before the end of 2020?
Is it Ravager stitched up? No, they need to do one of 2 things. 100 Sif shards. That will make a lot of people happy.
Yeah,
or the thing that you've been asking for probably, I think, the first episode. Okay. A 7 red star of your choice. Or even just a 1 7 red star orb. I know you need 7.
I'm still pushing for 1 7 red star monthly is what I'm asking for. Make it so people have to log in 30 days. Because you want people to log in daily. There is nothing more that the people in this game want right now than a free 7 red star every month.
Yes.
And it's not going to get out of control because you're releasing, on average, 3 characters a month. Yep. Yes. There's a few people that argue that statistic. I had one guy going, well, if you look at the maths, man, it's like 1 to 2 at most. It's like, well, not recently, dude. it's getting more.
Maybe a year ago.
Well, I think it was going to hit 4, and then that's why Ironheart got delayed. 100%. They were like, oh, that's not a good metric to have. Yeah. Either that or they just got a message from Disney going, so you guys have got like characters planned for this Black Widow tie-in, right? Because that movie comes out in May as long as the world's still here. Right. I think there's a chance it's going to get delayed just quietly.
Yeah, it could be.
Well, that's the real question, man. What happens if coronavirus hits this office? Do they have the facility to like dial in and code from home?
I would hope so.
I don't know about coding from home because a lot of these places are so obsessed about IP they won't leave the building unless they're willing to like buy them pimp daddy laptops and go home with it.
Yeah.
Don't know, man. It'll be interesting to see because we've already seen like a lot of projects have been pushed back. Like even rumors now of PS5 and Xbox won't be out until maybe as late as mid-2021. And like, you know, we're only in the first couple of weeks of Corona. People are making like year pushbacks on things with no idea. I mean, you know, we lost Fast and Furious 9. That's probably for the best, let's face it.
Yes. No, dude, my next Fast and Furious installment.
It's not all bad.
How could you do this?
But Loki and WandaVision set got shut. Shang-Chi, that set got shut down as well. Yeah, it's bad news for a lot of productions at the moment, really.
Yeah, so.
Yeah. Exactly. So, yeah. That's a big set of news this week, man. Like, there's a lot that I'm excited about there. Black Order, the most. I really can't wait to get my hands on those characters, and I can't wait to see their kit because anything that is that dominant in Arena, at least one of them, you know you're going to be able to blow something apart in Raid somewhere. I'm going to be able to use this.
Yeah.
I have confidence.
At least one good note out of it.
Well, that's the thing. If you can go in and blow up, like let's say that one team could one-shot the Ronin node, that's all we need to be able to 100% Ultima 7 daily. Because if you could one-shot that node with one team, and then someone else uses their Black Order team on, you know, let's say 3 of them use it to blow apart the end boss. You've still got then, you know, another 4 guys ready to rock. They can use them anywhere in their lane. So I think one more explosive arena-style team does and should translate to like an arena sacrificial team. Raid sacrificial team. Yep. So yeah, I'm pumped, man. But not as pumped if I had your Thanos. I mean, if you're not even going to buy them, just give it to me, I say.
Well, man, the good news is the other 3 Black Order will be blitz releases. So everyone loves the blitz.
Did you say they better? Yeah. That quality of life improvement with the decreased dead time better be in by then. Yeah, otherwise, this ad that keeps showing up on every content creator's video right now, I'm going to have to click on. Have you seen this?
Oh, yeah. Or if you search for them in YouTube, it's right above their channel.
I know. It rates higher than else. They are paying money to advertise this clickbot, man. I don't know how people aren't getting banned for this. It's definitely being used. There's no way people would be spending money on this if someone wasn't using it. Yep. Yeah, well, what you gonna do? Should we get some questions, Roy?
Yes, sir.
Let's do it. So as we said at the top of the show, folks, we do answer questions from our Discord channel every single week. Now, because this is a capitalistic planet and this is a capitalistic show at the end of the day, we do prioritize our Patreons first to show them the love. We guarantee their questions are going to get read every single week, whereas sometimes if we do get 1,000 questions, some of the free-to-play questions do get bumped until the following week, but we always answer them eventually, as long as you are not a about it. All right, so H Headshot. Do you think the symbiotes are still worth bringing to the party for DD3? Carnage passive seems to rely too much on enemies dropping low, which doesn't happen anywhere near enough to be worthwhile. I still think there's a case for symbiote Spidey, but a full symbiote squad doesn't seem like it'd be as good as first thought. What do you think?
Well, yeah, symbiote Spidey for sure. He looks like really good, even just standalone. Mm-hmm. Carnage looks good as long as you have high red stars because Fate's Fury, he cleared it with just Carnage, Punisher, and Daredevil, I think. But I think he has 7 red stars on the Carnage. But it looks like Carnage is good because he's fast. He does all the debuffs. So that's going to keep healing with the symbiote Spidey. I think Venom is the one that you leave off if you leave one off just because he's going to be so slow. And he needs to have his turn to get that defense up. So that might be the problem with that one. So at this point, I think I'm looking at only taking in symbiote Spidey and Carnage myself.
Yeah, it's kind of an issue with that team, right? In the sense that I don't think there's any fast-moving city character that gives defense up before most Metatoons is the real problem with them. And they've got no one that can get out a quick offense down on everyone either. So I still think those 3 are probably the best together. But yeah, let's face it, the city nodes are not going to be fun, folks. But then again, look at it as more of a metagame thing right now. Are you going to take Defenders to T14 right now? Seriously? No, you're not. Are you going to take the rest of the Spider-Verse up there right now? Are you going to take Mercs up there right now? No, you're not. So you basically, if you're thinking about this from an economics point of view of what's going to give me the most value across the entirety of this game by spending this currency one time, it probably is those 3. The massive downside is all those freaking spores, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to take forever.
I've been farming them like crazy. I still have 89, and I already have 13 into symbiote, I think, Spidey. So,
what the F? That is a lot.
So I went hard on those. Well, I was buying them out of the war store, so whenever they popped up. So it's like I was going all in. But yeah, I mean, the symbiotes are amazing in raids also once you get them rolling.
And as Guardians as well. Like, you want counters against those dudes.
Yeah, I mean, they're the type that the more power they get exponentially stronger because they get the engine rolling and keep getting the turns and the heals. So yeah, they're definitely worth the investment outside of just DD3.
And let's face it, Spider-Verse is not done. Like, they're definitely going to add characters to that squad in the long term. Like, that team feels to me stupendously unfinished. And when they do finish it, I think good times they are coming. So I think, they're not going to add more defenders. I mean, they're not going to add a lot of other things. But those bad boys, they're going to be good. So yeah, that's where I'd sit. All right. Then we have Bloodwalker. It seems we're getting a lot of tunes I feel they have sitting half worked on the back burner recently. I'm guessing it's to ease off the workload so they can get as many hands on deck for the real-time PvP mode. My question is, with Roy, with all the demands on your time from family, podcast, that Marvel Strike Force game, streaming, have you found any good life hacks to squeeze more into your day? I'd like to add the fact that I actually do manage 8 countries during the day as well. Like, a lot of people that think I'm not doing stuff, my God, man. I would love a TARDIS or a Hermione, like, time turner right now because, man, I need it.
Or just clone yourself.
This is going to upset Bloodwalker especially. I found that completely sacrificing all time dedicated to food preparation and exercise frees up a lot of time.
You always come back next week to get
I found so much time for everything else just by getting incredibly fat over 3 years. Man, once I actually do get into like full on exercise mode at the moment, and I have a legit excuse right now, Bloodwalker. Every gym in the country is now closed, my man. So it's walks only right now. Yeah, man, something's gonna have to go for me. Yeah, I have no tips, unfortunately. I mean, prioritize the only thing I can say, but that's pretty poor.
Yeah, it's something I really got to work on more so I can be more productive, because like there's too much to do and not enough time in the day. So it's like you just really have to like prioritize, like you said, and cut down on stuff that's not as productive, and try to find shortcuts where you can to make things faster.
Absolutely. All right, Snorlax Hunter 64. Would you rather A, your pinky fingers grow 10 times as long, or B, whenever you blink, a raptor is randomly spawned somewhere in the world?
How big are the raptors?
How big are raptors? Let's assume they're Jurassic Park size.
Okay, that's pretty big. Well, for the more chaos thing, you got B. A would suck, though. You'd be like hitting it on stuff and catching on stuff. You have to always worry about it, and it would look weird. I don't know. It both suck. Probably A, and then just get them surgically removed.
All right, let's put it in perspective. The average human being, I Googled this while you were talking. The average human being blinks up to 15 to 20 times a minute, which means potentially up to 28,000 times a day. Yeah, you go on pinky, son. Otherwise, the world's dead. The world's dead in a week. Yeah, I mean, plus you might make some new lady friends. I don't know. All right, Big Spartan 34. Do you think Fox next will do anything about the public health crisis? Maybe some free stuff or really good offers. Oh wait, $70 for Red Skull? I guess not. $80 in Australia, man. My God, that's actually a really good point. I mean,
and need a legendary to unlock a legendary.
Nope, yeah, come on, man. You need to be for the people right now. Pornhub's giving away free things. Colleges are giving away like free upgradable information so you can go through and get education. Like everyone's giving away free stuff right now. People want to play your game right now. Make you guys the choice of why they should be there. If they're in there enough, they might give in and spend something. You'd be crazy not to take advantage.
Yeah, and meanwhile, Fox Next is like, no, only some of you get the Captain Marvel shards.
Yeah, they will be here anyway. We will put the prices up.
Yeah.
All right, Birdman. In this last episode, you guys talked a bit about one guy attempting to clear the city nodes in DD3 with 3 characters, seeing at least one guy on the leaderboards with just symbiote spider clearing a node. Does that mean you can technically hit every node in there past one with just one character, or does it reset with each new trait requirement? No, as long as you've got 5 at T13, you 14. Can pull that off. 14, that too. Yep. Yeah, no, you can. So theoretically, you can do it with significantly less than 15 characters, which is awesome.
Theoretically, but it will take you forever with just one character, and they have to be fast enough to not die to get a hit off each day.
Doesn't matter.
It does. If you try to take Kingpin in to a city and try to one-man it, you'll never do anything because he's so slow.
Yeah, I want to know what he was doing with just symbiote spotting. I'm curious.
Probably just doing the basic and then getting a little bit of damage.
I suppose he is very quick, isn't he? And then he gets that AoE every couple of turns. Well, they're slow. Maybe he gets a bit more play than we think. Who knows?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, he just builds up the AoE each day or as he goes in and reses, so yeah.
Truth. All right, Bradders, is it just me or does everyone else get frustrated that characters can be stealth from Daredevil? How are they hiding from him? Surely, given that he is blind, he should be able to target people in stealth.
That is a very good point.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that bother me about the stealth mechanic in this game. Like the fact that stealth characters can still get counted. I've never thought that feels flavorful. It should be like, well, if they can't see me, surely, they shouldn't be able to hit me back, right?
Right, and like Wasp can hit things in stealth with her AoE, and Daredevil can't hit them.
True. Yeah, there's some weird stuff. Some of the flavor makes sense, some of it definitely doesn't. Like, why is Punisher not military? I remember that was the thing they said, oh, not yet, it might be a bit too powerful, but one day we will. Yeah, nah. There you go, 4th of July this year. Or no, actually, Memorial Day. Memorial Day. Make Punisher military again.
There you go.
Twisted Angel, you're trapped on a desert island with a working cell phone that only has access to MSF and only 72 alien spores. You send a message to them, they say they'll only come and get you after you finish DD3. All you need to do is finish the city nodes. Who would you bring into DD3? SA7 Venom or SA7 Carnage? SA7 Carnage for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Just answer that.
I think more importantly, I'd just swim out into the sea with the phone and just, go down day one. Ironside, since I started playing, I've been fairly careful on how I use my power cores, even though I do all my 50 campaign energy refreshes per day, sometimes 100, and refresh on character nodes. I seem to maintain around the 2,000 mark. I feel like I should be using them more. What would you guys say is the most effective way? If it's relevant, I've been playing for about 5 months, am free to play, and maintain top 50 arena place with Guardians. I want to be in your shards so badly.
Well, yeah, he just started, so. Yeah, 2,000 is nothing. And that's the best use of them where you're at in the game is just for energy. Eventually, you might, when you get a huge stockpile, then you can maybe like use them on a character you want more stars on when they have the 675 core orbs, especially if they're going to help you in arena. That's the only thing I really spent them on, or way down the line to refresh or bring things back in DD3, or even sometimes in raids if you're really pushing. Mm-hmm. But yeah, pretty much just energy at your point is what you would do on, and then save the rest.
Yeah. All right, Farm Geek. It's now confirmed that Foxnax Scopely has gone down the road of EA in requiring a legendary character to unlock another legendary, and that's Black Bolt for Ebony Maw. How big of a blowout do you expect Foxnax to have in Las Vegas after this travesty? Because if people continue to play, they'll be forced to spend. In actuality, as a 99.5% FTP player as well, I've been able to get legendaries on their second or third go-around, sometimes first, such as Invisible Woman. This news is disheartening. Do you think the ramifications would be detrimental for the long haul of the game? Was this completely despite Roy for having a 7 red star Thicknos and said he was going to forsake farming Sif to continue as his question of 99.5% FTP DD3? I think sometimes, it's kind of like that movie Saw. You remember that movie where it's like they're setting these things up to like as a social experiment to see like, will you break your own code of ethics just to be able to like save yourself, right? Yep. It does feel like that some days for sure.
Yes, absolutely.
Look, I think if they start escalating that, if we look at Galaxy of Heroes, they're still doing fine, despite all of the ridiculousness and content creators threatening to walk away, or in some cases actually doing so. Yeah, the reality is they're still doing okay. And I think Foxnax will for a little while. But I do really hope, and I say this a lot in the last month, I do really hope they realize that strong competition's coming. And you need to reach out to the free-to-play players, because if any other game has great Marvel animations, good Marvel, characters that we don't have yet. Like you put a Gambit in one of those games, Hebrew's there. And like a lot of people who are fans of it, playing Contest of Champions and seeing the diversity of the characters they have there, that you just forget that we don't have them here. Like, all the Black Order, you've got Magic, they've got, 4 different versions of the Spidey suit, the Hulkbuster armor's there, 4 different versions of Iron Man from the comics. They've got so much in games like that. And I think if any of these new games do it, it's going to be very easy for them to pull free-to-play players away, because free-to-play players have invested time here, but not money, right? So I think it's very easy as a free-to-play player to walk away from this game because they don't have that sunken cost fallacy. It's like, well, if I go away and I come back, I'm behind anyway, but I'm behind now, so what does it matter? So I really think that it could be short-term ramifications if they don't pull their finger out and realize that, competition's coming in hard and fast for this game, and they need to stay on top of it. Yeah,
absolutely.
All right, Tux. That's with a T, folks. I'm saving cores and don't know whether to core hard on Red Skull. You can't, is my understanding. Let me just double-check this, but I'm pretty sure that his orbs
not
you can
now,
only
but
get from the purchase.
Once his blitz comes, you'll be able to.
I hope that's true, because it wouldn't be the first time they've done the $160, which is like, $100 for you guys, I think, or maybe $110, where they didn't do that. I think that'd be a stupendously dork move if they did, but we'll have to wait and see. All right, well, let's answer the question on that assumption then. Or wait for Black Order, in which my cores will be a lot higher by then. I was going for Red Skull just because of the red stars on my Hydra Sniper. Or do you think Fox next will release the Hela and Sif Orbs just before the BB event, or they'll be behind the paywall again? The Hela and Sif Orbs, I mean, they're going to be in the pay orb. They're going to be in the paywall.
They're going to do the Asgardian orb. They aren't going to do the specific ones. So
I mean, they might. I've seen a few of them recently. They did the Inhumans again over the last couple of days, which is way early considering, I guess they're trying to get the Krakens to commit to 7-starring that team now.
Yep. I'd wait for Black Order unless you're unless Alliance War is your favorite mode and that's what you want to focus on. Yeah, I'd say for most people, Black Order is going to be the better thing to go for.
Yeah, and if the only reason is because you've got a good pull on Sniper, that's not good enough to build everything around, dude. I mean, it is for War. I mean, because he is an important character for War, but he's more of a utility character in that mode, not necessarily the one that's going to do everything by himself. So, yeah, I wouldn't build a team around that. And that is for someone who has also in the 6 sniper crew, but I've got Merc, so...
Yeah.
All right, a real McAss hoe. I have no 7 red stars either, Chewy, but I do have 3 6 reds on the Hydra team. One of them being Winter Soldier, though. That hurts, man.
Yeah.
Who I have at T12. How much am I losing putting him in and only upgrading Red Skull and 3 minions? Oh, that is a good question for that team. Do you know what? Part of me has been thinking recently, you could potentially... actually, maybe not. I was going to say, you could potentially drop him in instead of the Hydra Armored Guard, but there is 2 things that he's doing. He's calling in the Assault guy. He is giving armor to that squad. And then, every time he taunts, he's going to allow the Rifle guy to shoot off. But he's not going to get really any of the assists or anything from that team. He's not really getting any of the scaling from any other minions as well, because they very specifically say Hydra minions. It feels bad for me because wouldn't it have been awesome if you can have Crossbones explode and then die and then revive at 50% health for 2 death proofs, right? What an opportunity to bring him back into a meta. That would be an incredible defense team that I actually don't think is as overpowered as you think, unless he's the only one that keeps dying, in which case he gets 8 goes at it, which would be awesome. So if it's Alliance War, I'd just put Winter Soldier in a military team because he'll get the buffs from Captain Marvel and the others. So he'd be better off than there. You can do silly things with him as well. You can sort of put him on the inside of someone that calls assists for nearby allies. Say putting a noble outside of him and then just basically having her call him in for an assist with a punch. He won't get the offense up, but he's still going to do some damage with that many reds. Right. All right, Hulk Smash 50. Roy, do you regret taking Shield Trooper to tier 14 so you could start Dark Dimension 3? It's going to be months regardless. I have 4 characters at tier 14. It will take weeks for the 5th. Is it worth taking Shield Trooper or not? I think you're about to get 2 different opinions here. I've been asked this question so many times. It's the same answer. I don't regret it at all. I got in there day 1. I didn't have to waste any mini uniques to get the 5th in. For me especially, I had 3 pieces already built from my past runs that I could use to take them to tier 14. So for me especially, it was a no-brainer. It was so cheap to get him in there. And a lot of the times you're just taking Phoenix in and then maybe one other to eat something. So he's a really cheap option for that. It was absolutely the best choice for me. Yeah, I think the opposite, because I strongly thought about it in that first couple of days. And then now more than ever, after seeing the fact that most of what you take into those modes do not matter, pretty much just for the first 8 nodes, you can pick any 5 characters you want. Then as long as you've got, just say, someone that can probably taunt and D up, so Colossus is probably your best bet with a Phoenix. That's all you need to get through the first 8 nodes. Yep, it's going to be a grind. Yep, it's going to be crap. It's also going to take about 5 minutes of your day. So for me, in the long term, not having to spend those materials means you can free it up for someone else without having to spend, days to even weeks refarming that orange gear, even though he is a very inexpensive character. So, yeah, for me, I'm the opposite of Roy on this one. Depending on what your main strategy is right now, no one's necessarily right. I think there are 2 ways of doing it, but I certainly think you could save. Yeah.
And it's really going to depend on what your orange gear situation is like. It's like for
True.
me now, I'm just waiting on mini uniques. That's what's holding me back now. I'm building up more and more of a stockpile of the regular orange stuff while I wait for those mini uniques.
Yeah, exactly. Start Lord, do you think Red Skull on War Defense fits more into the Kingpin role, where it's just his kit that you want? Yeah. Pretty much. Like, I don't think Red Stars really depends that much on him, even though I said before, like, that'd be the only reason I would buy him if I got decent Reds. But, yeah, at the same time, you're right. You don't really need him to. But obviously, keeping him alive for a longer period of time is definitely a good thing, because you want to try and get a couple of different runs at it if you can. Getting multiple defenses is incredible in this day and age. If you get multiple defenses, that's usually a victory these days. So.
But when they do add in where the summons benefit from red stars and stuff, you'll definitely want the higher red stars on him.
Absolutely, absolutely. But yeah, for now you're right. Most of it is just basically he will perform his kit at 3 yellow stars, 0 reds. You're exactly right. It's just about how survivable he is, and just waiting to see exactly how that coding works. Like, is he basically immune to damage during that opening thing? We just have to wait and see what that means.
But imagine that ult where he calls in 5 other Hydra, and he's 7 red stars, and they have high red stars. Someone's dying, it doesn't matter.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's the thing, though. It's really going to depend, because remember that they're all coming in at 50% less damage, right? And he's calling up to 5, so you're going to be talking at least one of them being a minion. If he did it himself, that'd be better, because obviously he's going to make it easier for people to get punched down. And then it's the order as well. Like, depending on what debuffs the enemy has, depends on how effective that is. So, yeah, time will tell what this team is, how effective this team is, how easy is it to counter. Because being all minions, even with high reds, if they're super easy to clear out, maybe just literally stacking an AO in smash team is all you really need to do. But it does feel like they're going to nuke down someone out of the gate, right? It feels like you're going to lose someone Coulson style. But the real test for me is, do they do anything else after that, Roy? Because their cooldowns, for Red Skull especially, is god-awful.
Yeah.
A lot of that kit, like, and the ongoing sustained damage relies on you losing, like, multiple Hydra characters per turn. That's not a good strategy to have. Yeah, so time will tell on this one. I don't know what the right answer is for Red Skull at this stage.
Yep.
All right, very good, folks. Well, that is all the questions that we had for this week. So thank you to everyone who submitted those, and thank you to all of our new patrons. Now, if you really did enjoy the show this week, make sure, if you haven't already, head over and review us on Apple Podcasts. If you do give us a 5-star review, just like Roy did today, we will read that out live on air. If you want to support us and help the show keep going week to week, and maybe help us, buy some characters like Red Skull from time to time, head on over to www.patreon.com/SFMOL, and you can support the show there from as little as $1 a month, and that'll get you access to immediately what's about to happen right now, which is for our journeyman, our master tiers. You basically get a weekly call with us, usually about an hour or so, where we answer your questions, and when that's done, we generally just goof around, and then Chewy gets real inappropriate.
Very, very inappropriate.
Yeah, mainly because it's not as filthy as it sounds, but my internet drops at the worst possible times. So it sounds like I've said something, but you didn't hear the anyway.
Yes.
So look, head on over to Alternate Reality on YouTube for the video content. I'm working on a couple of videos right now. It's been a long time coming, I know, but work and life and kids and wives, it gets in the way. But A&R Podcast is now live on YouTube as well. If you do anything for me personally this month, folks, please head over to that channel, give it a like, a subscribe. And hell, if you've got a day up your sleeve, put it on the playlist and let it run, because once we hit 4,000 hours and 1,000 subs, we can actually apply for that channel to be monetized. And again, that's a very free way for you folks that can help us earn a couple of dollars on this here podcast. Roy, take us on out of here.
Yes, I'm BigRoyAwesome on YouTube and Twitch. On YouTube, I will be getting caught up on my Dark Dimension 3 things. I'm also going to be doing an updated roster tour, because I've upgraded a lot since I did my half finished one before. So you'll be able to check that out. And then I'll be streaming on Twitch just Mondays and Saturdays for the next few weeks, starting at 4:30 p.m. Eastern. So you can come out there, join the fun. And that is going to do it. Thanks for listening. Until next time, stay tuned and stay awesome.